And we're live, I think. Okay, cool. Normally Twitch keeps it waiting for a few seconds after I press the start stream button, so whenever I start talking too early, the VOD will just have me be starting on half of a word. But yes. We left off after I got this thing. So now I have a Pipwop. Now, we're already level 30. So as far as that's concerned, I am very quickly going to leave all of this stuff behind that we spent this entire world getting. But we're going to do Wysteria anyways. So we might as well just continue going with what we got. And just finishing Wysteria while we can. We're also going to be going through Marleybone with the... Actually, you know what? I just realized this. If we hit level 30, we'll have access to new Bazaar gear too. And since we're gonna solo Olympus one time before I actually do the proper Zeus grinding, I might as well grab what level 30 gear I can. So, do that really quick. But yes, this gear is very quickly going to be abandoned by stuff that's significantly better, because that's the usual Wizard101 experience. Granted, this playthrough isn't about the normal experience at all. But we're not there yet, so we might as well play it like a normal balanced character until then. But yes, very exciting now that we have a Pipwop, because things will start speeding up a lot. And we also have a lot to sell. We don't want our backpack getting full either. Actually, there's a lot of stuff we can't sell. And there's a lot of stitch gear in here. Although I guess I'm not going to use any balanced stitch gear, am I? I'm only going to be using that shadow stitch gear. So I might as well sell that too for the extra gold, because these level 30 things, despite not being super good, are still very expensive in the bazaar. If you don't have enough gold. So let's see. Oh, cool. Ooh, this one's very good. That's very good. Okay. Yeah, hold on to that one. I don't have really any incoming healing, but that is arguably a better one. Let's see what level 30 gear we can get access to. Usually the absolute best stuff isn't actually there on the bazaar. Well, hopefully. Hoping. Come on, something good. Anything good. No. No, it doesn't look like it. Unfortunate. Wait, there is this. Just 7 damage. If I'm willing to give up a lot of defense, I could arguably use that one. Let's see. 7 damage. And it's a power pip. Do I need the HP on the gear? Because if I'm willing to sacrifice that, I could get much more power pip chance, which might actually be more important. Normally you'd always want to go for the absolute best gear you can get, which has health, power pip, and damage, and defense. But it doesn't look like they have anything good. That's unfortunate. Usually it's not that hard to get your hands on. Well, let's see. How much power pip would I actually be getting? Let's see, that'd be 4. Yeah, about 4. Let's see, that'd be giving me 6. So that'd be 10. Well, compared to what I have... Yeah, I have no power pip chance on these. Actually, it seems like the gear I have on might arguably be better than the current gear in the bazaar. So this is a waste of time. But we'll get right back to Wysteria then. Let's see, are there any side quests we're missing? There is. You talk to Mr. Moo Boy. The cow. Yes. Let's see, what do you want?
Greetings again, Honorable Wizard of Ravenwood. I have been told that a part of this tournament is a cultural exchange.
All right, this quest. This one's nice.
Would you like to learn about Mushu floral arrangement? It is a profound and beautiful part of our artistic heritage. You must first collect 3 flowers of exceeding beauty. I am told that the most wondrous are found on Tanglewood Way.
Yeah, this is a very wholesome quest, actually. He's a nice kid.
Randolph, I will tell you what's wrong. He asked me if I wanted to go sightseeing in Tanglewood Way, and then he left me there. I lost my wand. I was menaced by green men and bark-skin treants. He didn't even send anyone after me. I barely escaped. I will make nice with him if he apologizes.
Oh, that? I thought she could take care of herself. Very well, then. If it bothers her so much, I really should apologize.
Randolph says he will apologize? That is all right, I suppose. I will even be polite. But if I get to face him in the dueling ring, he is done for.
And wrap that one up in a nice neat bow too. Yeah, we're getting a couple more side quests here. So I might as well finish all the ones that are in the main area.
Funny you should ask. Eloise Clockwarden came through a while ago, chatting up a storm, lost in a world of her own. It was the strangest thing. She was alone, though she acted like she was lecturing someone.
Love the music here.
Eloise, yes. That girl seems a little strange. She visited my classroom earlier, talking a mile a minute to thin air. It was a bit disconcerting. So I tried to ask what she wanted, but I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Ah. Yeah, so I did get a little bit of a later start than I wanted. I made a pot of coffee, so the Benadryl I took earlier won't still have an effect on me, because I still am feeling like a little bit of effect from it. So I'm not entirely sure how long this stream is going to go on for, but I do think we'll get at least, I don't know, 2 hours out of it. I'd say we have like maybe 30, 40 minutes left of Pigswick though, so, or Wysteria. I mean, I keep using them interchangeably. Okay. Once Wysteria is done, we'll just move right on to Marleybone. No delays. We should be able to finish up to, I think, the first dungeon of Marleybone before the timeout actually want to end.
Yes, Eloise Clockwarden was in here earlier, pretending to lead a group of students on a tour. She was alone, though. I thought she was practicing her tour guide skills, so I played along and pretended she had students with her.
I mean, you know, obviously this is super embarrassing knowing that she actually wasn't talking to anybody, but that's actually a good sign, that she's able to keep the show going without any feedback. It's a very good sign. She'd be a great entertainer. Unfortunately, she wants to be a prestigious student, I guess.
What? I was alone all along? I must have lost him before we toured the classrooms. Oh no! I have a sinking feeling that the missing students might be in Pegasus Place. We stopped by my house for a moment and continued the tour to meet the professors. I must have left them there! Can you go to my house and let them know where I am? I'll stay here and wait for them.
How are they stuck in there? Did you lock them in there or something? I mean, that would make sense if you left it and locked. But could you imagine going on like a tour and the person starts in their house, making sure everyone's there, and then like they just lock you in their house? That'd be hilarious, actually. I mean, it'd be terrifying for most people, I think, because at that point you'd assume you got kidnapped. But that is a fun
The
concept.
door is locked.
Yep.
You knock. Someone inside shouts that they can't get out, and that goblins took the key.
So I don't know if they think they got kidnapped, but that is a very logical assumption to make. Sweet. Yeah, so you can see the reason why the pip wand is so great is that if we start a battle with a regular pip and a power pip, then we can put up one blade and sandstorm immediately. And depending on where we are, that should be enough to one-shot them. Like so. So yeah, now battles are gonna go even faster. Yeah, unless we fizzle, which just happened. Yeah, unfortunately lost that sweet, overpowered 5% accuracy boost from that wand. We traded it out for a pip. But hypothetically, our damage output just increased dramatically. So, once again, we're still getting stronger, and things are going to start moving even faster again. Until they stop completely while we grind out Zeus gear. And then Waterworks gear, eventually.
You explain the situation to the students, and give them directions back to where Eloise Clockwarden is waiting.
Yeah, lots of moments where we're just going to stop and have to grind. Because unfortunately, for most of these, well, for those two sets specifically, I cannot get them on any other character except for this one. So I have to get it while I'm here. Or while I'm at the proper level on this character. Thankfully, the level 100 gear, I should be able to hypothetically grind that out on my max character with the help of a few other people.
You know, it occurs to me that one of the guards hasn't reported for duty today. Private Eddie is unaccounted for. How about if you go to his home on Tanglewood Way and see if he might have overslept? If he needs any help, be a good sport and help him out, could you?
Yeah, hopefully this coffee I made doesn't keep me up all night. I have some sleeping stuff I could take, though. So hopefully it doesn't, because I kind of want to wake up bright and early so I can do that long stream tomorrow, for as long as possible. Now I've kind of waited until like the very last minute.
Thank you for rescuing my lost little sheep. I hope they don't think this sort of thing happens all the time around here.
Since they're animals, would calling someone else a sheep be considered racist? Because there's probably sheep people. I don't know. We're not going to think about that. I'm not sure if that counts as political or not, but politics are big. But yeah. I kind of waited until the very last minute, but honestly, I still have no idea what I'm actually going to do tomorrow. I was just going to play it by ear, but I have a lot of things set up individually. But I'm still not entirely sure what I actually want to do.
The feud is over. They'll be polite with one another. Honestly, kids these days, I thought they liked one another.
Let's see. Anything else that we can do? No, there is not. So we do need to talk to Sergeant Harvey before we head back into Tanglewood Way.
I knew you'd be back before too long. I can't help you with the green men who've overrun Tanglewood Way, even if you're sure they took the Spiral Cup. I suggest defeating several of them and seeing if they drop pieces of leaf, bark, and vine like the ones you found. Go into Tanglewood Way. When you've gathered some of that evidence, bring it back to me and we'll compare.
Wait, why can't you help? It's an order from your boss.
You notice that all of the creatures on this street move and act as if they're part of a single being.
Also, I'm pretty sure this is within your job description. I had higher expectations of you, Pigzook Academy. Now you're forcing all the work onto us, just like Ravenwood does. Very unfortunate. I will not be enrolling here next semester. And this is the other advantage. Even if we start with 2 white pips, then we can just do the double blade thing without wasting an extra turn. And we got a power pip, but I think we actually do need the double blades for these guys. Because I think their health might be just outside of anything except for a absolute max damage roll on a sandstorm. Wow, we got nothing from that. And we only got 1 leaf. Yep, so you can see, they definitely did not buff the drop rates here. Wow, a whole lot of power pips, but not really much use for them when I need both blades. Unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunately. Wow, okay, we did not get any of the leaves we need. Yeesh. Game's being so stingy right now. Never mind, we only have this 1 street left of Tanglewood Way, but it looks like it might actually take us like another hour if the drop rates are still gonna be this bad. While we're here, we also need to pick up these flowers, so we can take part in a cultural exchange. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Oh man, even these guys have weaknesses. That's just unfortunate. Yeah. That is kind of the issue with a lot of the early game spells having such high or big damage ranges. Because you can't really gauge how much damage you're actually going to do consistently, and also the accuracy. Yeah, the biggest advantage to the Zeus gear is that I think it actually does give us accuracy, if I'm remembering correctly. So it would be very nice to have that. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. I forgot to tweet out I had even started. We'll just do that really quick, because I completely forgot about that. Yeah, you see, they managed to survive with that weakness on. That's unfortunate. So yeah, we can't kill them with 1 sandstorm, unless we get like super lucky. Man, no leaves, No plant scraps, nothing. Yeah, you see, this is what I was talking about before. This is what every area in Arc 1 used to be like. With Krokotopia, Wizard City, Marleybone, anything that could drop from an enemy was exactly like this. And you had to do it for everything. So all those defeat and collect quests we did were like this slow all the time. It's very unfortunate. And it's very unfortunate they never updated this too. I mean, I'm sure they'll get around to it eventually. Or not, who cares? It's just Wysteria, right? Or at least that's their logic. Or it's what's probably their logic. I guess I can't technically put words in their mouth about it. Although some interesting news got posted in the Wizard101 subreddit recently about how there's new hiring positions for King's Isle. Which is actually a good sign, hypothetically. Because what that could indicate is that they actually are working on a new project, which would be very nice. Now, lots of people are thinking it might be Pirate 101 related, which, while I never played that one personally, I can imagine there's a lot of people excited for it, even if the excitement for it does seem to be more of a meme than anything.
Let's see what you've gathered.
Because, I mean, if Pirate 101 was really a game that lots of people wanted to play, I don't think it would have died in the first place.
It looks like the scraps you took from the Green Men match those from the tournament hall. Why would they steal the Spiral Cup? When the Green Man first appeared, groundskeeper Vern studied them a bit. Maybe he can tell you more.
Yeah, there's no issue with skipping Tanglewood Way mob fights for now, because that is the final area of Wysteria. So we're not actually missing out on anything by just ignoring it for now, because we're going to be heading back onto that street anyways. Let's see, I think we might have also gotten... Not yet. There are a few other quests here still. There's no harm in checking, but we do want to make sure we pick them up before we leave, because that would be very unfortunate if we finished the final boss and then we still had to go back for more side quests.
I don't know much more than you do, but the Earth magic instructor, Professor Drawers, is the real expert on the Green Men. He did a lot of work in Tanglewood Way examining them when they first appeared. He ordered the street to be closed. Go speak to him outside his classroom. Drawers should help you get to the bottom of things.
So let's see whether or not the wiki was edited to be completely wrong, and see if this guy actually only has 700 HP now.
I was afraid you'd discover that the Green Men were involved. This isn't good at all. This is a most distressing turn of events. Still, I have just the thing to deal with the Green Men and recover the Spiral Cup. Step into my classroom, won't you? And let's see if we can't get you straightened out.
Yeah, so somehow nobody noticed this happening. I mean, maybe it just happened, but yeah, it's a bit bizarre. There's this giant tunnel.
I
Nobody
hadn't
noticed.
anticipated you discovering my connection to the Green Men so soon. You won't leave here to warn the others.
Okay, let's see. We'll just make sure to top up on our sandstorms. So this guy, again, used to actually be a little bit difficult. Oh, what? What? He only has 600... He used to have like 3,000. Didn't he? Am I misremembering this? I feel like I've misremembered a lot in this game, but I feel like that one stands out especially. There's lots of unbelievable HP nerfs that happened, like that one time that Malstare had 100,000 HP. But I swear, he did not have that little health before. I am looking this up. Okay, here's a video from 7 years ago. Way before any HP nerf would have happened. I'm pulling it up on my phone. I'm not gonna pull it up on stream right now. I think I will do that tomorrow, though. I think that is something I'm gonna want to do, is where I'm gonna watch videos Because I do have a large playlist of some funny ones. Really? Even 7 years ago, he only had like 845? How am I misremembering that? I mean, it's still like a nerf, but I could have sworn he used to have like 3K at some point. We'll just go for another sandstorm. Because while I only have 70 left, which is probably going to be like just barely enough to make it through Polygon, I have like 100 monstrous TCs in reserve, so I can pre-enchant a lot more if the need arises. And then I can always just get more too.
Now that I have been defeated, I can think for myself. Let me get out of this place. Speak to me in the street.
Yeah, I remember people used to have a lot of trouble with him, so I'm kind of confused as to why he has so little HP, because if he had that little amount of HP the whole time, then he wouldn't have been nearly as difficult. Also, as remembered, we have this thing now. You can equip this at any time. Oh man, is this gonna keep happening? Where my internet's just gonna keep cutting out? Hopefully it didn't split the VOD in two again. I think I got it in time for it to keep being the same thing, because it was still attempting to reconnect to the same stream. I don't know, let me see. I'm not sure what's causing that to happen. Like, at all. Oh no, it started a new stream. Dang it. Well, whatever. This will be another, like, 30-minute VOD with, like, 2 more VODs. I guess.
I have never been so thankful for a drubbing, let me tell you. The magical defeat you inflicted has broken the enthrallment Lord Bramble has over me. For a while, I will tell you what I can before his spell reasserts itself. Lord Bramble is the culprit, the one behind the theft. Lord Bramble wants to reclaim all of Wysteria to the wild, overgrown state it was before Pigswick Academy was founded. He wants to discredit Pigswick and to pit Ravenwood against it. That is why he chose to have me frame you for the theft. You must go to Tanglewood Way and defeat Lord Bramble in his tower. He has my soul trapped in a wooden doll. Bring it to me. It may be that he still has the Spiral Cup in his keeping. If it has not been smashed to bits, it will be in Bramble's tower.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue with my internet is right now. Because that kept happening. Like, the original stream earlier today disconnected 2 times, and now this one disconnected after like 30 minutes, which is about the same amount of time. So I'm not sure why it's always disconnecting after like 30 minutes. I'm not sure if that's like a pattern, or if it's just a coincidence. Either way, hopefully it doesn't keep happening. I mean, I don't really have much of a problem uploading the same VOD, like, in several parts. But it's just very unfortunate to watch all at once. And it's also very annoying that it keeps cutting out while people are watching. By the way, I'm not entirely sure how to fix that. I'm not sure if it's an issue with my upload speed or what. Yeah, hopefully this doesn't keep happening, so. I'll have to deal with it later. Probably after tomorrow. Well, whatever. For now, the stream continues. So anyways, what was I talking about before this happened? Nah, I don't even remember. That threw me for another bit. Oh wait, what the? That's a bit bizarre. So apparently, something happened. Where it disconnected twice already, I guess? Because there's a 26-minute video, and then there's a 3-minute video. I don't even know how much is missing. Oh, whatever. I can always stitch them together for YouTube, but for the Twitch part of it, that's very unfortunate. And what else is unfortunate are these drop rates. My goodness. Like, these guys are giving me more trouble than the boss did. I think they massively overrated how difficult cheats would be in that case. If his HP was always that low. But I do remember lots of people always having trouble with it. So I'm not entirely sure, because like double blade, no enchant should still be able to like 1 or 2 shot him with sandstorms, and that would have always been possible hypothetically. So I'm not sure why people kept having trouble with it. But... okay, so we can turn on these side quests really quick, since that Lord Bramble fight is basically the real final boss of this world, like, thematically. But then we still do have to fight in the finals. Yes, give me that sweet, sweet mana. Because running out of that is embarrassing.
These are a little bruised, but they'll do. I've examined the leaves and found that it's clear that the green men are sustained by the contaminated water from the fount. This gives us a way to deal with them in a more humane and less dangerous fashion than pummeling them with magic spells. I will need a couple of minor items from 2 of Pigswick's fine vendors, Ophelia Moonreach and Begonia Woodworth. Could you fetch those ingredients for me? Here is a list of what I require.
What a gentleman. Politely asking us to go do his dirty work for him. Yeah, not really dirty work, just leg work. Cheap work. And we're doing it for free, too. Actually, are we doing it for free? It's never actually clear if they're actually giving us the money for it. They never actually explicitly say one way or the other.
A list of items required by Professor Price. How unusual. Here you are. Everything he asked for. I'll send him a bill.
Let me see that list. I think I have all those things. Here you go. Pass along my hello to Professor Price.
While we're down here, we might as well talk to... Oh. Oh no. My internet's dying. It's in the red. Come on. I believe in you. What the? It shot up to 11,000 even though the maximum is like 6,000 something. That was bizarre. Okay, yeah. So I think I figured out what's causing the issue, although I'm not entirely sure why.
Excellent choices. You have a discerning eye for beauty.
When I just did a quick speed test, and apparently that did kill my internet, but I wasn't uploading anything.
Now you must take the flowers you have picked and place them into a harmonious and pleasant arrangement.
Yeah, sorry about this. I'm just trying to figure out why this is happening, because I don't think anyone else is uploading anything on this network. Well, whatever. We'll have to deal with that later.
I have set up a table for just such a purpose. Step up to it, use the tools at your disposal, and create beauty.
Yes, now is the time for creating
You arrange
beauty.
the flowers, but you're a little messy about it.
Who would have known putting flowers in a pot would be so difficult?
I do not think that your arrangement is the best you are capable of. Perhaps you would like to try again.
You meditate for a moment, thinking of calmness and inner quiet. Now you try again.
Beautiful.
The result speaks for itself. Your work is superlative. I bow to your skill.
Yep, so we got a nice little wholesome cultural exchange. I like that little quest. It's nice. But anyways, what next? Right, return to Thaddeus Price.
You got everything? How absolutely wonderful! Let us begin! I've mixed the ingredients you provided me from Mrs. Moonreach in Woodworth, and now we're ready. I will give you this flask. Pour it into the water in the Piggle Fount in Tanglewood Way. That should clear the green men out.
Professor Price hands you a curious flask full of bubbling liquid.
Spoiler alert, it doesn't actually get rid of them. Yeah, the game would never be so bold as to actually get rid of mobs once you clear out a certain area. Not even temporarily. I mean, it makes sense, because if they did that, you could hypothetically lose a chance to get like a certain drop or something. Still. I do kind of wish that they would be a little bit more bold with stuff like that. Just so it seems like your character's actions actually have an impact beyond just being stated.
You pour Professor Price's flask into the Piggle Fount. The water begins to clear.
And now it's beautiful. With all that really weird looking water. Yeah, the texture on that isn't necessarily the best. It's very much a product of its time. Not even really. It's a product of the engine that this game was built on, which is a product of its time. Fun fact, this game actually came out in 2008, but it started development like way back in like 2004, 2005-ish. Yeah, it was in development for a long time, and it was actually being... We are back in it once again, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure why that keeps happening. It's like my internet cuts out for like 30 seconds at a time. And then it comes back eventually.
We have made things as clear as we can. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish Wysteria at least tonight, but we might not make it around tomorrow though, because I need to figure out what's going on with my internet. Because we now are at... Give me a moment. We are at 1, 2. Yes, we are already at 2 separate VODs for this tonight. For tonight's stream, which is very unfortunate. I'm gonna try not to get too tilted about it, because I'm not entirely sure why it's happening in the first place. But yes, this is very bizarre that it keeps cutting out like this. Yeah, so at this rate, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to finish much beyond that, because this ends up going to like 5 separate VODs of like 20 minutes long each. I'm just going to have to start like uploading strictly to YouTube if this is going to be the streaming experience. Or I'm going to have to just record this and upload it to YouTube, not live. Because I don't want the streams to constantly be cutting out like this. I was saying this before, but the water looks kind of dated in that fountain, and I was mentioning that because, and this is actually kind of interesting, the game started development in 2004, 2005-ish, or maybe even earlier. And even when it started development, all that, it was actually made on an engine.
Help! The vines have grown over my door and I'm trapped inside. Can you do anything about the vines?
Yeah, so the engine was actually being worked on for a good time before that. Originally, you could run this game on a Windows 98 computer. That's how low intensive it was graphically. And you could do it for the longest time, too. It's only after they started doing the updates a few years ago that they actually made it require a more advanced PC than that. But because of the way the game was built, it was actually super not intensive at all. You could run this thing on like a fridge computer, like do.
Thank goodness you came around when you did. I don't know what I would have done, trapped in this awful, awful place.
Or maybe even a calculator. Who knows?
Well, actually, it's not that bad, I guess.
I think that's actually super interesting. But yeah, that's why I mentioned this world came out in like 2011, so the water definitely doesn't look good for its time. But considering the fact that this was like built on the same engine as the 1990s version of the game, it actually does look relatively okay for that. It's like Morrowind level. And Morrowind had good water for its time, but that game came out in like 2002. Let's see, are there any new quests? There are not. Okay, cool. So, just these two collect quests, talk to Groundskeeper Vern, and fight the Lord Bramble, and we'll be able to deal with that. Yes, I am sorry about the experience so far today. This has never happened before because I've streamed for like 7 hours straight, and then I've also streamed for like 4 hours at a time, and it's never cut out before today, so I'm very confused as to why it's happening now. Yes, but sorry that it's cutting out like that. Very unfortunate.
Good to hear Private Eddie was alright. He just started, and I was worried he wasn't quite up to speed.
Yes, this is why I recommend watching the VODs on YouTube rather than Twitch, personally. Mostly due to the fact that if you're gonna watch the VODs at all, I can actually like edit them together, so it's not like too bad. It will have like weird jump cuts probably, but it will still look relatively okay, I think. Okay, cool. Now we just need to go kill the Lord Bramble. The Bramble Lord. Bramble Lord sounds cooler, but he's called Lord Bramble. But saying the Lord Bramble sounds a bit lame, I think. Either way, he's just a big tree. Like these guys. Like, he's kind of like a half tree. Not like full tree like these guys. He's like them. They're the green men, not the trees. Weird little piece of furniture. Is the wallflower not over here? I guess not. Okay. So we need to go look for it. Should be close to here. There it is. Okay. That's all the wallflowers of this world. So thankfully with Prospector Zeke's quests, you can generally tell when the world's about over. And we really are about over. Because this is, because getting this wand was the 30th quest, which means there was only 8 left. So we only have like this one and like 1 or 2 more.
I knew that Drawers was weak and would fail me, but I did not expect him to fall to a mere child. Come and face your doom.
Oh man, I really like this voice actor. He's very nice. Yeah, so I guess this guy... No, okay, he's at 1080. I was about to say, maybe he'll have a low amount of HP like the other guy? Like the wiki said? It said he only had like 700 on the wiki, I think. When I looked him up. I do like how he looks. And I like his voice actor a lot too. Wysteria was overall a very nice, comfy little world, just wrapped up neatly in a bow to itself. Okay, cool. We were able to kill him right off the bat. Look at that, no damage. Nothing. Very nice.
Lord Bramble drops a small wooden doll, the one Professor Drawers spoke of. And there it is, the spiral cup.
Yep, here it is. And the Pigswick papers.
To spread the word of Pigswick's educational innovations, Headmaster Pigswick started a magical tournament. Students representing all of the different schools of magic from across the spiral were invited to compete. The Spiral Cup was selected as the grand prize, a fitting symbol of magic supremacy and skill. Though in the past, it has been won by Ravenwood and Mushu schools, for many years the cup has been claimed by Pigswick. Coincidentally, the years Pigswick won the Spiral Cup were also years in which no other schools appeared to compete.
Very nice. So yeah, now I'm going to talk to Chester Drawers. And we've got a really cool wand called the Staff of Rejuvenation. These ones are a bit bizarre looking, personally. And there's not really much use to equipping it or anything. Because it still only gives us one pip. And we're not using the wand hits right now. So we're not going to equip it. But yeah, I do find those wands kind of bizarre looking. Because Marley Bone had some very nice clothes, I think, but I think a lot of the wands and such were generally not as good looking. It's a world of very good and not good science. Very split.
You have defeated Lord Bramble and put a stop to his madness. And with that wooden doll, my soul is now mine again. Go tell Headmistress Crisp that the Spiral Cup is recovered, and the dastardly plot is at an end.
Nice. So it's kind of weird that he had his soul in like a weird little wooden doll. I'm not entirely sure the story of how that even happened. I don't think we ever get like an official explanation for that. Like, how did that guy do that to him? Was his soul already in the doll and he just took it, or what?
Well, well, well. You have been busy.
There's certainly the implication that he, like, the Lord Bramble is the one who did it to him. But we don't actually know, and it wouldn't really make any sense. Because, hypothetically, you know, this dude should still be stronger than him, because he's just like a random plant dude. I mean, I guess he is the teacher at a Pigswick school. We have a Pigswick School of Magic, so yeah. Maybe he does just suck.
I'm relieved to put the matter of the missing Spiral Cup behind us, and I apologize for our suspicions. Would you be so kind as to return the cup to the tournament hall and to speak to Master Glendemming about your final match?
Sure thing. Oh.
You've proved your use helping out students and staff. How about helping out a few members of our faculty? One reason we sponsor this tournament is to provide less privileged students a chance at improving their education. Present yourself to Professors Price, Burble, and Bunch and see what aid you can provide. Return to me when you're done.
Are there any other quests? There are. Well, we already helped out a few of them. But yes. We are basically at the end, but we're not done with the side quests just yet. Got a few little bits left to work on. Like helping this guy not be absolutely terrible even by Pidswick standards as a teacher.
How novel, a student helping me. I hope I mean you can learn something. Let me know when you're ready. I have an embarrassing confession to make. I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to magic. I've just been using the old Frost Professor's lesson plans and presenting them as my own. The students don't mind. Unfortunately, my lesson plans are in my house, and my house is in Tanglewood Way. I can't get in, so I'm in a real pickle. I'm afraid of the walking plant men. Could you go to my house in Tanglewood Way and see if you could find my lesson plans?
Sure thing, pal. Okay, that's interesting. So it gave us the quest for him, but we just need to talk to them. Maybe it's because we already did their quests that they're just gonna say, oh yeah, no, you already helped. Maybe. That'd be pretty cool, actually. Let's see.
Wonderful! I can certainly use some assistance. Check in with me whenever you're ready to roll up your sleeves.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess. They don't have any extra dialogue for it, but yeah, we already helped them, so we don't need to do it again. Very nice.
I've been wondering why no students volunteered to help me. Very well. Fresh meat. I mean, new blood. At any rate, I have plenty for you to do if you're up to the challenge.
Okay, cool. Now we just need to go back and talk to her.
You visited all 3 professors? I trust they broadened your educational horizons. Am I correct?
Not particularly. But we did get some experience. We can put down, you know, whatever we did on a resume, I guess. We have combat experience, we have data entry experience, we have... oh, we have environmental science experience, helping clean up the water. Yeah, we have a very filled out resume. Soon we'll have other things like construction, engineering, teaching even. And hypnotherapy. That'll be the funnest one to explain. Huh? It's over here. Oh, okay. This house is right up here. Nice.
These look like the lesson plans Professor Burble told you about.
What's this? Oh, okay, it's just random constellations. Nothing important. That's a very cursed looking pig. So many tight corners in this little map that the quest area gets a little bit confused.
Thank you so much. I should get reading. My class is soon to start.
Indeed you should. And while you're at that, we are gonna finish up Wysteria. Very nice. Yep, so that's it. Once we beat it, then we can finally move back on the Marleybone
You did
burrito.
it! Thank you very much, little wizard.
And we got an extra training point too. So we should go ahead and learn the ice shields whenever we get there, because we should have enough training points for at least the fire and storm shields. And those will be helpful to get if we encounter any fire or storm bosses. At least then you'll give us trouble.
You return the spiral cup to its proper place.
Once again, showing off our sportsmanship, because of course we don't need to cheat in order to win.
I thank you for restoring the spiral cup to its rightful place. Though you have proved a worthy duelist, I feel it will stay here. The student you face for your final round of the tournament is none other than Randolph Spellshine. Randolph is my greatest pupil, the finest student I have ever taught in all of my years at Pigswick Academy. Still, you must at least attempt the formality of the duel. Go to the Hall of the Gorgon to face your defeat.
So now we finally get to put this little piggy in his place. Oh yes, I really like this map. This section is actually really cool looking. It's so cool looking they even made a little PvP arena.
I didn't think you'd show up. Well, you've had a good run, but this is where you meet your better.
His eyes keep disappearing again. It was happening earlier today, but why is it happening? It's so cursed. Wait, is the book not in here? Oh man, the book better be in here. That'd be very disappointing if it's not. Oh sweet, we get to do our original strategy. I didn't say the strategy out loud, but I was like, if I get a power grip, I'll just Sandstorm and then Scorpion. Huh? Oh. This is cheap. Interesting. Kinda forgot he even could. Other than Frank. That was a mistake. I should have just double bladed and just one-shot him. Yeah, so him cheat casting a vampire is like the bare minimum of BS we're going to be encountering as far as cheats go. Although it's not too far off from how most cheats tend to work. A lot of them are just cheat auto-casting spells. Very nice.
I know when I'm beaten, though I can barely believe it. You're a better wizard than I am, by far. Go and tell Master Glendemming that you have defeated the best that Pigswick Academy has to offer.
Not even gonna look at him. And there we go. We finished out the team list. I love these little doodles too. They had a lot of character to it. There's even like this little sort of newspaper comic style thing. You know, like those 2-panel comics you'd see in like newspapers. Or 3 or 4 panels. Yeah, they have an in-universe version of that. It's created by fans, I think, but it is taken completely seriously. And where's the book? I thought the book was going to be in here. Since it is the final area, but we did skip one of them, so maybe it's in an earlier room and I just missed it. I missed the first one too, so it's not out of the realm of possibility or even likelihood that I just missed it. Yeah, okay. So I guess we have to... We'll give it one last look down here. But if it's not there, then we'll just have to go back in and just manually check each room. Yep, okay, it's not in here. Well, that's a shame. Oh. It's here.
Pigswick staffed his academy with instructors drawn from across the spiral, hired for their willingness to relocate. Rather than the dusty, tried and true methods of teaching magic, Pigswick sought new and less traditional approaches. Pigswick students were among the finest of those willing and able to afford the academy's exceptionally high tuition.
Oh, so it is tuition-based.
With lenient entry requirements, Pigswick is the primary school for students lacking obvious magic ability.
Okay, yeah, so they really are just a bunch of rich trust fund kids. That's actually really funny.
Unbelievable. This hall will be the emptier for the lack of the cup that has adorned it for so long. Go and tell Headmistress Crisp that Pigswick's record is broken, and that Ravenwood is the winner now.
Yeah, I was kind of joking before. Because it has been several years since I actually played through Pigswick, or Wysteria, the whole way through. So it is genuinely kind of surprising that, they actually just went straight out and said it.
How does that feel? I can't say I'm pleased to see the Spiral Cup leaving our care, but it truly went to the best wizard in the tournament. Return to Wizard City and tell Headmaster Ambrose of your victory, but remind him that next year, we will take the cup back.
We're never gonna see you again. So, that's definitely a possibility. I mean, who else would they send? One of the other student wizards? I mean, maybe then it would actually be a fair competition. So I brought this up before, but hypothetically speaking, we're already way stronger than, like, even teachers at our school. It's just not made very apparent.
I hope you thought to bring the books back. I can hardly remember where I left them.
Okay, and that should be it. That is it. Cool. That's Wysteria. We just go back and tell Merle Ambrose what we did. Gives us a pat on the back and tells us to get right back to work. Because we never get a break. Let's see. This is something I genuinely... Wait, what is this? Okay, never mind. It's Tower. I thought for a second I'd gotten a game. Where is it? Where? There it is. Something I do like about the Spiral Cup is that you can't trade it, you can't sell it. Each character gets one. Which does give it a certain amount of value, relatively speaking. And there we go. We now have a second monument to our greatness. Very nice. We can get right back to Marleybone once we turn this in.
How was your term abroad? Very interesting. Oh, you've done your school proud and showed them what true wizards are made of. Extra credit for you.
Thankfully, that seems to be how our grades are given, since we don't actually attend classes, or do homework, or study. We basically just coast by on the equivalent of magical tests. And we pass them with flying colors, so who needs homework? Okay, so now that we're done with all of that, we can get right back to Marleybone questing. I guess I should do a solo attempt of the Zeus dungeon, but I'm not entirely sure if I'll even do that live at this point, because I do feel like it would maybe be a bit easier on my schedule to do it separately, because I don't want to break up all the Marleybone streams just to do that. So I think at some point off stream I'll just record my first attempt at it, and wait until I actually beat it, and then I'll just do the rest of the grinding non-recorded.
What's this?